G'day humans, Chris Stead here. I'm on the road. No points to guessing where I am. Rome, Italy, and yes, that's the Colosseum. Now I'm here with MegaPass, and I've got their MegaPass Premium pack, me, my wife, and the 3 kids, 14, 12, and 9. In this video, I'm going to take you, well, basically through our experience, how it all works, what these sites and experiences were like, and whether or not it's the right thing for you. Let's go. Well, the sun is setting, both literally and figuratively, over our time in Rome. There you go. Time spent with MegaPass, and I just want to give a wrap up of my thoughts about how it all works and what the experience has been like. And it's been really good, actually, really good. So this is not the first time I've used MegaPass. I used MegaPass when I was in Athens as well. You might have seen my video on that. And you know, I questioned in that a little bit about, you know, if you did certain things on that MegaPass, then the value was great. If you did other things on that MegaPass, you know, the value wasn't terrible. You didn't lose out, but it wasn't, you know, a big improvement in just doing the things individually, especially with kids. Here in Rome, I think it's different. I think Rome, actually, the value is really quite awesome, and I'll take you through it. So both of the systems work the same way. So with the MegaPass system, choose between the classic, the premium, the classic, the premium, and the deluxe. There's 3 tiers, and basically, the classic offers the basic package that you're going to get. The premium has the basic package plus you get to add 2 attractions from a list, and then the deluxe you get to add 4 attractions. Now, the base package here in Rome ticks all the boxes. So you get the Colosseum, the Roman Forum, and the hill. I can't remember what the name of the hill is, sorry. You're going to get the Pantheon, and then you also get the Vatican Museum with the Sistine Chapel. So they're kind of the things that like everybody's going to want to do, right? Now, on top of that, you also get the hop-on, hop-off bus, which I'm going to take you through a bit more in a sec, because it's not to be ignored. And you get 1 gigabyte worth of eSIM data, which is also not to be ignored. And that's kind of what you get in the base pack. And then when you step up to the premium pack, which is what we had, and you get another 2 attractions on top of that. And from a pretty healthy list, and there's a lot of good options on there. And in the top tier, you get 4 of those options you can choose. Now, the way it works with MegaPass is that they've basically organised all these things through third parties. So they've got a third party, which is the eSIM provider, they've got a third party, which is the hop-on, hop-bus provider, they've got a third party that looks after certain tours of, you know, some of the places that you will go, some of the things, obviously government things. So they've kind of worked out, joined all those dots, then packaged it up and give you a discount on what that is, right? So that's how it works. So when you book, when you pay, you'll get sent an email, and it'll basically say, congratulations, you got blah blah blah. Click on this link and choose when you want to see the things. Now this is important, okay? Because once you go in and choose the times that you're going to actually go and see all of these things, then that's locked in stone. and some things have certain times exactly. So for example, with the Colosseum, they only let X amount of people in per hour. And so we booked 4 p.m. in the afternoon. So we had to turn up between, I think it was 4 and 4:15. And that's just in stone. Another one, we went to one that was called the Capuchin Crypt, because the kids really wanted to, well, this friar made all these unbelievable pieces of art out of human skeletons. So it was really cool, and there's quite a bit of story to it as well. And so we did that one, and that was just an all-day ticket. So you basically just, from whenever the opening hours are, you can, on that day that you allot, you can go up and get it. So the thing is, you need to be pretty well planned when you start locking this stuff in. Now, with the Athens one, I booked mine a month out, and I just felt like I was I didn't know what the weather was going to be like. I hadn't really got I was still in Australia, so I hadn't really, I was just assuming I'd just pick things, and it ended up working out quite well. But if we'd ended up picking the Acropolis on a day where it was pouring with rain, we're going to be in real trouble. And so I suggest kind of booking it a bit later, so a bit closer to when you're going to go. But here in Rome, things sell out. So the Colosseum was sold out like 3 or 4 days beforehand. So you've got to make sure you don't leave it too late. So I'd be definitely not booking last minute, because that's going to make things challenging. If you get any troubles with the website, literally, like you can be booking things and it'll say that there's a slot available at 4, and then by the time you fill in all your names and fill out all the details for all your things, all your attractions that you want to go to, by the time you actually get to press the button to go, that 4 o'clock time could be sold out. So give yourself a little bit of time. I'd aim for a week. You can still see the forecast at that point. You can make some pretty good guesses about how you're feeling. And also be aware that they're big days. They're not short visits. Like the Colosseum, like we were there for a couple of hours. And today we did the Vatican, and so we went to the Vatican Museum at 9 a.m. in the morning, and our 2 attractions that we chose the Capuchin Crypt, and we chose the St. Peter's Basilica tour with dome access, and that was brilliant. So it was a guided tour, and we went around with this guide. He took us all through the church, the biggest church in the world, and told us about all the artworks and everything. We learned so much, and then after that we got dome access. So we walked out of the dome at like 4:10 or something, 4:20. So we were there the whole entire day. So if we'd scheduled other stuff for this day, we just never would have got there. And that was with the kids as well, so we weren't really just taking it at adult time and really learning everything. I think there's a few times, like with the Sistine Chapel, we just like bolted ahead, so just to get kind of out of there, because it was, it's crazy. I'll do a separate review, by the way, of all of these things that we did, so you can go check on the channel and see individual reviews of each of the places that we went to see whether it's right for you. You want to make sure you give yourself enough time. So you wouldn't want to, for example, get the Deluxe pack, but only have 2 days in Rome, because I just don't think you'll get to it. It's hard to get across, it's hot, it's very crowded, and the places that you go to are so awesome that you don't want to leave quickly. So make sure you keep that in mind. If you were going to do the Deluxe pack, you want to be here for at least, I reckon, close to 4 days. Premium, I think 3 is okay with Premium, but even still, the Deluxe stuff's really, the Classic pack is actually still really good. So you go inside the Pantheon, it was great. The skip the line stuff is really handy as well. So I'll explain how that works actually as well. So when you basically get your ticket through the third party, so MegaPass will send you a ticket and say, right, we've booked you to go see the Colosseum, or go do your St. Peter's Basilica tour, or do a hop on a bus with this third party company. And so when you get to the location, there'll be a meeting point. So when you get to the Pantheon, for example, that was just out front of a cafe, and it gives you instructions, go to the front of the cafe, you'll see a guy wearing a shirt from this tour, and you go up to him, he'll have your name, he knows you're coming, and he'll give you your actual tickets, which you can then walk through and skip the line. So you walk up to the Pantheon, find the guy, go up to him and say, yeah, well, this is us, we booked, show him our little email from MegaPass, the little thing that you get, PDF, and then he goes, yep, no worries, gives you the actual ticket, or even walks you straight to the door. You skip the whole entire queue, and you go in, see it all, come out, you're done. With the Vatican Museum, that was huge because the Vatican Museum queue was so long, and we just kind of basically went to the guy, he gave us the tickets, and we just queue jumped everyone. So for MegaPass, the third-party partner for the entrance to the Vatican Museum and the Sistine Chapel is City Wonders, who are the guys down here in the blue shirts. So you have to pick up your ticket from them at the allotted time. There's about a half an hour window, so we have a 9 o'clock ticket, we've got here at 9:15, they said it's okay, you can get into 9:30. So you just come down, you talk to one of these ladies or bloke, and just they've already got your name, they know you're coming, and they just hand over your tickets. So it's at the bottom of the stairs, opposite the entrance, which is up the top here, so that's how you find it. I tell you, having that skip the line ticket is proving huge now. Look at the size of the queue to get in. So this is to the Vatican Museum and Sistine Chapel. We want to be waiting in that. Just give up, to be honest. The St. Peter's Basilica didn't have a queue jump. You had to go through security, and then when you got to the dome access, you had to the guide actually bought the dome ticket for you while you were standing in the queue. So we stood with him in the queue for like half an hour, and then he bought the ticket, gave it to us, and we went up the dome, which was spectacular. So that's just kind of how it works on the ground. Sometimes the instructions on where to meet people can be a little vague, but usually it's pretty obvious in all my experiences so far. Okay, so if you do Peter Basilica tour with MegaPass, you're going to have to meet to get your tickets and start your guided tour. Now the instructions I thought were really hard to follow. It just says go to this whole central plaza here, and that's pretty much the sole instruction, and look for somebody with a Italia Tours sign, which is their partner, but there was no one holding that sign. So just so you know, it's this little cafe thing here, and they're at the front. It actually says Grey Line, I Heart Rome meeting point, and there's a lady carrying a black flag which doesn't seem to say Italia Tours on it, but that's the spot, so now you know. So that's what you can expect from the MegaPass experience. That's how it works, and we got heaps of value out of our one in Rome. Like I said, the Pantheon was great. Like you walk in there and you look at it, it's just amazing. You can spend as much time as you want in there, really. So that all worked seamlessly. Walked in, it was brilliant. Went to the Colosseum. Again, that was absolutely amazing. You get such good access to it now. I came here 23 years ago, you really didn't get the same access, but now that base ticket allows you to kind of come in, walk kind of through all the archways, then go up the stairs, walk all the way around the kind of second floor, and then walk back down, go through a museum, and then walk back down, and then kind of stand over the floor. So you can get the arena ticket if you get it elsewhere, and that gives you a bit, but otherwise you can just kind of go, you still pretty much get on a similar space to the arena anyway, so I don't think you lose out with MegaPass there. The Vatican Museum thing, like I said, that was awesome. The Sistine Chapel is just, it's so many people, it's hectic, it's hard work, but it's so spectacular. The artifacts in that museum are just the best I've ever seen anywhere in the world. They're just in such good condition, they've been so well looked after. Like even like the Indigenous Australian stuff was like, I haven't seen stuff that looks this good in Australia. So like all that stuff you get in the classic pack is just so good, and it works so seamlessly. And then to add the tour through the Basilica and the dome access, that was just excellent. The kids loved it, we loved it. A long day, heavy long day, but really, really good. We did the Capuchin Crypt thing, which was small and easy, but because you got the hop on off bus, you can basically just get around. So the benefit of getting the Deluxe pack is you get the 2 days of the hop on off bus. With the other two packs, you only get one, which is a bit of a shame. It would be good if it was 2 days for at least the premium as well, because that gives you basically free transport around the city. So when you, especially with the kids, you just kind of want to jump on the bus and go, instead of kind of hiking it or going to the metro or whatever, you can just get on the bus and it goes to all the main places. So you can be in the Vatican City, which is over here, and then go to the Spanish Steps, or go to the fountain or to the Colosseum. It's going to drop you at all those spots. You can get off, do the Colosseum, get on, go around the Vatican City. I mean, you're not going to do that in one day anyway, but that's the other thing. It's the other good reason why it'd be good if it was 2 days, because it's too hard to do the Colosseum and the Vatican in one day. So, we end up on the metro anyway. But the hop on off bus is really good for that. It's got a tour, it's got a guide on it, so they give you earbuds, you stick it in, you can hear everything, that get information about all the different stops as you go past. The one in Athens was a bit like this. I thought it was a bit average, but the one here in Rome, the audio guide was actually really good. Buses are really good. And then there was also that eSIM, so you get that 1 gigabyte eSIM, and that basically allows you to just, without hassle, have communication with your partner and be able to look up directions and download your tickets and all that type of stuff without any hassles. It works a treat. If you've got a phone that does eSIMs, it's just downloaded, done. So that's a nice little extra, I think, and it actually makes a difference. So I had one, my wife had one, my oldest son had one, and the three of us could communicate while we're going and doing all these things if we got separated or just trying to work out where to go, all that kind of stuff. So anyway, that's a pretty exhaustive review actually of MegaPass Rome, but really happy with it. It really worked out well for us, and I'd highly recommend looking into it if you're coming here and you want to see a lot at a discounted rate in a relatively short amount of time. Although it does last 14 days, you can book it in over 14 days, so you don't have to rush it like we did. But yeah, it was really good. Anyway, I'm Chris Stead. Make sure you keep it on the channel. Like I said, I'm going to do reviews of each of the individual spots that we went, and also I'm doing heaps of stuff from Italy, Europe, all around the place. So keep it on the channel. Otherwise, I'm Chris Stead. That's a sunset about to go down over the Spanish steps of Rome. Until next time, we're getting back on the road. Woo!